Can start. Ram Ram.
Sorry.
Ram Ram. We'll start. Please sit straight with your back, neck, and head in a straight line. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् हरि ओम्
Hari Om Aarti ji.
हरि ओम जी
Very eager to listen to your experience of Kumbh Mela, and inspired by you, I have also booked my tickets.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Lots of people have been going. People
Yeah.
that I know, also many people have been going actually.
Mhm.
It
Could
was
you
a
please share your experience before the class?
Okay,
When
very
we asked Bala, she said, Aarti is the right person for all guidance and explaining, she said, in the morning, today morning.
very quickly I will share.
Yeah, please.
So the Kumbh Mela, those who are going, it is very nice. It's a V. There is a Ganges like this and Yamuna coming like this. And this meeting point is that Sangam. Okay, and they're beautifully made.
Can we go to Sangam? Can we go to Sangam?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
point?
We can go to Sangam. You have to go to the Sangam point by a boat.
Okay.
There is a Sangam point on the shore, but that point has been given to the Naga sadhus.
Okay.
And others can't go in there at that time. So there is another point, Sangam point, where we can go and we can take a, by boat we go, then there is a shack and we can go and take a dip there. So we went to the Sangam point one day, and other days in the Yamuna, we took a dip every day. So that is how we went about. Where are you staying, Bhargaviji? You can stay either in the Mela area itself, or you can stay in the city, Prayag city, and come and go. Many people do that also, because in
We'll be
the
staying
Prayag
in tent. I will be staying in a tent with Yoga Kshema Yoga Center. 100 people are going. I'm going with them. So they'll be from ashram. They are providing.
So that will be in the Kumbh area itself in all probabilities. So very beautifully they've done, very clean. And I was amazed at the cleanliness, actually, with so many people, so much, the Safai Karamcharis are cleaning. It's very nice. You don't feel the crowd. In some areas you will feel, but not all the time. But you have to do a lot of walking and go. Akhada Shriyam a stall was there, and then we went to ISKCON stall, and then there's Anadi Foundation in Parani that we know him very well. So we went to his in Sector 7, that was there. So we went there and we stayed there for a long time and spent time. Guru Adinarayan Shiman, he gave us his time. It was a blessing. And even in Parmarth, those North Indian, Morarji Bapu, so looks like he's very, very, very popular. I didn't know. So I got to listen to him also. We stayed in Parmarth Niketan, and Morarji Bapu was giving talks morning and evening in Parmarth Niketan itself. So this is what you go. And then you go and see the Naga Babas. Amazing. There is a Kinnar stall also. You know, the eunuchs, they are also very, very spiritual. When you see them, you can feel their energy. They have their own practices. The Kinnar group has their own practices, spiritual practices that they do. You go there, they just exude that kind of power and energy in a sort of way. And then we went to the Naga Babas. Agoris will be alone, but Naga Babus will be in akhadas. They will be, separate, but in a lane you will find all of them. And this, one person we spoke to one person, he said, one of the Babas, they'll generally, whoever you go, they are ready to, they'll put one vibhuti and bless you with the peacock feather. That's what they do. And one person, actually, when you go, you sit there, they'll he cut fruits and guava and gave us also, actually. So it was very nice. He said at the age of 7 only he took sannyas. He took the sadhu 7 years. He was born because his parents played. He was a Vardhan. Because of that, so he was given also as a Vardhan, in the sense he wanted to go. He saw the Naga sadhus, and the parents were also ready to then send him. Because they will not take the child without the parents' permission. The parents have to give the child, only their child. Only then they will take it. And then they have to first give the pindadan for the parents and for themselves. They do their own pindadan also, saying, I am not the body and I renounce everything. After that, their training starts. They are still not Naga Babas. After that, their training starts. And when once their training is done and the Guru says, okay, now you're ready, then his initiation as a Naga Baba becomes. They live in some kind of creeks. You won't even know where they are after the Kumbh Mela. And during the Kumbh Mela, they all come together like this. But even this time at night, there was a initiation of 8,000 people. 8,000 people were initiated into this. They are called the Dharma Rakshaks. Like our military protects our people and the land, the Naga Sadhus are the Dharma Rakshaks for Bharata and the culture, the cultural Rakshaks. They have Shastra and Astra. There was one, that person said, we have Astra. Astra is from mantra. They say with mantra, if the Chinese army now attacks us, we know the Astra to tie their feet, to not come forward. We can just be 80 and we can. So that Astra is through Mantra Shakti. They have Shastra, Trishul and all that also. They get trained in that. It seems they also fought during Shivaji Maharaj's time, along with Shivaji. Is what it is. He said that. So basically, just they are there, they are doing their job. Everybody is in a dhoni, they are sitting, like the fire is just running. You just sit there, sitting there the whole day. And yes, so we asked a few questions, not much, but only one Naga Baba actually spoke. Everybody was like, some people were taking videos. There was one person who, I don't know, in another, he was like a sadhu. There was a video camera going. He's telling, Nene, you wait, I will come from here. So we didn't go to him only. That kind of people are also there. Okay. There are people who are calling you also. So but in Sector 21, Bhargaviji, Juna Akada. Very proper they are. You can make out that they are really sadhus. Just to go and see them and get their blessings, they have an aura. There is a person who has never brought his hand down.
It
I
has come
sent
in
a
YouTube.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also
It has
sent you
come
a
in.
picture of that person with
Yeah.
us. So all those, it's a very nice place. Just walk, just explore. Lunch prasad we had at ISKCON as we were walking. It was in Sector 19. And we went to the Sector 1, which is like that crowded Mela kind of place.
So we can walk all sector.
Yeah, we can walk. We can walk. They have autos and tuk-tuks, but they will come to certain distance. VIPs keep coming, so they're closing.
Okay.
Walking, I think in the 2 days we walked 30 kilometers.
Oh, good.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
It's a divine experience.
Okay.
The meditation there, you just sit down, it takes you. See, this is what somebody told you. They can say you need a calm place to meditate. If you go to a 5-star hotel, can we meditate? But here there is so much chaos around, and yet you sit, you will get into that meditative state. Because that the aura
Energy.
around is like that. You will easily get into that silence when you try to
Like
meditate.
they say, it's an energy vortex.
Yeah, exactly.
Vibration.
So many sadhus, so many people, the whole, and the intent with which people have come there, and everything matters, right? So you just sit down and you're like lost. It is so beautiful. It's such a wonderful.
Ma'am, Yamuna is there in Prayagraj also.
Yeah, Yamuna and Ganga. So Yamuna,
Triveni
Ganga,
Sangam.
Saraswati is us.
The Gupta.
The knowledge within us which flows is Saraswati. So the Sangama of Yamuna, Ganga, and this Saraswati. When we take a dip, we are the Saraswati. Our the knowledge, the Gupta.
Yeah.
And ma'am, these agoris are the people who, are the sadhus who eat the flesh.
Yeah. So that also, it's not like they live on that only. Okay. It's like a diksha. The idea behind Aghor is, Aghor philosophy is that they accept everything that is shunned by the world. So it is about coming out of Raga Dvesha.
It's actually such a nice concept.
As a philosophy. So it is, they accept everything that is shunned by the world. The ghosts are shunned by the world. They accept the energy of the ghosts to elevate their spiritual. When we say ghost, we look at it as, how it comes in the movies. But that's not what it is, right? They take the energy from that is leaving the body. And they do spiritual sadhana based on that. So, mainly at the time of Diksha, they have to take that human meat because it is to say, I am coming out of all my aversions, my raga dvesha. They don't have to do it every time. It's like the first time it is to say, I come out of all. And the reason they live in a crematorium is because it's quiet. Nobody will ever go there. It's a very
like passing entrance exams.
Yeah.
It is like passing entrance exams.
That Diksha is like that. So they accept everything that is shunned by the world. So it is actually said that there was a time when lepers were all kept outside the cities. Leprosy, people with leprosy. So at that time, these people used to attend to those people, the leprosy, because anything that is shunned by the world is accepted by them. See, that is the kind of philosophy. So, and Aghor is a philosophy that even Grihasthas there. Aghoris are very few, 10 in a million. And they live very, very, what would you say, secluded lives.
Recluse.
Yeah, they are like recluse, right? And they will be, so typically the people who are alone, right, by themselves, they are these aghoris. They don't come in dance. But these are Shankaracharya, in 800 BC, these Naga Babas were there. But Shankaracharya, he put them together in 800 AD. And he says, you will be the Dharma Rakshaks. He formed Akhadas, the Vishnu Akhada, the Shiva Akhada, Shakti Akhada, and all that. And there is a Ganesh Akhada and a Kartikeya, Murugan, Kartikeya Akhada. And they have sub Akhadas in that also. So there are like groups of armies
Yeah, akhada is usually, I mean, I might be wrong. In wrestling, they use na akhada is like
So that exactly. So they're a group of fighters. They're a group of fighters. So they have multiple groups. And when they take a dip, they bring their deity with them, their main deity, and they take a dip along with the deity in the river. It's a very different kind of experience. When we went there 3 days,
When I
it was
heard that you're
ice cold.
going,
Water was ice cold.
mm-hmm,
It feels like you're dipping in ice, but only the first one is difficult.
mm-hmm.
We were telling that Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chitta Nina.
And
Okay.
you were living in tents, ma'am?
Yeah, we were living in tents, but it was very nicely done. We got nice, good blankets and
They'll provide blankets.
yeah, they provided blankets and
And
all.
it is
The one
okay.
we went to, we paid a little higher, but
okay.
and we went, so it
Huh.
was not, it was quite comfortable.
No,
Quite
I mean,
as comfortable
not
as you can.
cold
The
in the
door and
tent.
all, no lock. You leave your man, you don't worry about your belongings. You just go out. That's all.
Nobody is there for stealing.
Yeah,
For a higher purpose. No, I
exactly.
guess inside the tent, it is not cold at night and all.
It is. We wore our sweaters.
Ah.
Okay, but the blankets they had provided were very
Very
clean
warm.
and nice, and they were thick. So it was okay. It was okay. It was good. We had to cover ourselves fully. It was cold, but it was bearable cold. Yes. The problem is when you go into the water and then you come out and you have to change, right?
Is there a place for changing?
Yeah, very nicely. Along the banks of the rivers, they put full hay so that it doesn't become muddy, like puddles of water. Full
Mm-hmm.
hay. So you don't get dirty, your clothes don't get all, muddy or anything.
Yeah,
And even in the changing area, they put hay below and all that. Very, very nicely
well
arranged,
organized.
I must say. And fully sustainable. No, except for tea cups, we didn't find anywhere they were not serving in paper plates or anything food. They
Good.
were washing plates or they were
Cooler
using
nahi tha,
tea
ma'am.
plates. For such
Ma'am,
an event, such a grand event, and we saw a place which was like a huge dormitory, and it had 100, so many beds for the people, cots with beds for people for 100 rupees per cot.
Mm-hmm.
People were
Nice.
just, and Annadana, where we stayed, we of course had paid, but the same ashram had put up a stall outside, they were doing Annadana. ISKCON was doing Annadana. Anybody can come and just come and eat. So they just need money to travel to Kumbh Mela. Once they are there, they can just walk around, they can just eat all the Annadanam food, and very nice food that too, very well made. So sustainably done. Even in the river, they had this boat which was constantly, because people were leaving flowers and all that, constantly collecting the flowers and cleaning. So everything looked
So we
impeccable.
can do Ganga Puja, then there is a provision for that.
Yeah. We did Ganga Puja also. So when you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the flowers and then it is collected
Okay.
constantly. So it looked
Thank
very
you so.
clean. I must say, I was surprised by
Yeah.
how clean it was actually. But I
Thank
must
you
say
so.
that we went at a slightly lean period, even in this Kumbh Mela. Now the 29th, Feb 3rd, that period and all is going to be much more crowd.
Yeah. So we are also one of the wave in the crowd.
Yeah,
If you assume like
exactly.
that, it will be very easy.
Yes.
So I was so moved by your decision that I also booked my ticket.
Yes.
The troop
It's
is
a
going
once
to
in a
Varanasi.
lifetime opportunity.
Yeah,
144 years once this Mahakumbh comes.
the troop is going to Varanasi, from there Prayagraj, Ayodhya, and round trip they are making. But I said I'll directly come to Prayagraj and back. The
Awesome.
ticket costed too much, 30,000. Okay, again it's once in a lifetime. So I made my trip very short for 3 days. 3 days in
Yeah.
Prayagraj and back.
We had booked
Thank you
1
so
month in
much.
advance, so it was reasonably better. Now, if people are booking, it's all higher.
Yeah.
ma'am, how are they maintaining the water quality, ma'am? So many people are taking dip, no?
So people are only taking a dip. Nobody's applying soap or anything.
And
So a
is the
dip in
water
it is
force?
running water. So that is not an issue. So
Is there a force in the water, flowing water?
huh?
Force of flowing.
Oh,
If
it's
the
good.
water is stagnant, it will be dirty.
Yeah,
If
only
it is
if it
flowing,
is
then
flowing
it's
water,
Yeah.
and nobody is using soap or anything like that. They just come, take a dip, and come out. And as
Yeah.
long as it's organic and natural, it doesn't matter at all. The
So
water
river
quality.
has force then. River has
The
flowing
water
force.
is not dirtied because of a dip. The
Okay.
water is dirtied if you put sewage, you put industrial wastes, you put all of that. Then it becomes, but that area is pretty, I don't know how clean. It looked very clean, Baba.
Okay.
Yamuna,
How many days was your trip, ma'am?
5 days, 3 days at Prayag, 1 day, first day Kashi, last day Kashi. First day we went to Kashi Vishwanatha temple, we went to Bindu Madhavan temple and then Visalakshi temple. And last day we went to Kala Bhairava temple and came back.
Okay.
This
Till
is
what
in
date?
Kashi. Huh?
Till what date is this Kumbh
Till
Mela, ma'am?
Feb 26th, till Shivaratri.
Oh, okay. Mm.
So me
And
and
it's
my
once
friends
in
are
140
planning,
years.
ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
It's once in 140 years.
Once in
It
4:30.
happens once in 12 years. Kumbh Mela happens, Purna Kumbha happens once in 12 years. And then Ardha Kumbha, in between Kumbha, happens every 3 years. One in Nasik, one in Ujjain, one in Haridwar, and one in... The story goes that when the churning of the ocean was happening, some Amrita fell in 4 places. It is in these 4 Sangams that it happened. So it happens once in 3 years, but every Purna Kumbha happens in
144.
Prayag.
That's
And
what the planetary
Why
position
is
is
this
coming now.
like 144 years ka significance? Can you explain that?
so
That's what
144 years ka significance is why Purna Kumbh happens once in 12 years is because Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the sun. And Jupiter is Guru. Okay, so that alignment of the Guru and the Surya at that particular Rashi is very good for the it's very high spiritually. That is why from earlier on, Naga Babas have always been coming and taking a dip. Slowly, then people started seeing, oh, why are the Naga Babas coming and taking a dip? We will also go. And then slowly people started coming everywhere. So it is a very good alignment for spiritual uplifting. Even old 106-year-old Naga Babas and all will say they have no wish, but they say, okay, Kumbh mein nahana hai, at least this time. So that desire alone, they will all have, because it is the celestial alignment is such at that time that it is very good for spiritual upliftment. And then so 12 Purna Kumbh makes one Mahakumbh. That is 144 years.
12 12s are 144. That's
12
why
12 are
144.
144. So 12 Purna Kumbhs become one Mahakumbh. And this is just this time now. For the next 144 years, it's not going to be there. Right? So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
One last question. Actually, we are also planning, but for 29th we are planning. So it will be too crowded, right? So
Yeah.
stampede may
Even
happen
stay
also.
and all. I know one friend who has
Mauni
booked a stay for
Amavasya.
3 days for 1 lakh.
Ah,
But you try. If nothing else, you stay outside. But you have to...
I mean, we are not
Ideally,
getting
you
the
shouldn't go
accommodation,
during...
ma'am, actually. We are
You
not
will
getting the
not. I
accommodation.
will give you Anadi Foundations. It will
Yeah.
be very simple.
Hmm.
Okay, they'll give nice mattress sleeping on the floor. But if you're
Yes,
really keen,
yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
will give their information. In all probabilities, you will get. It is a very simple accommodation. It's a little
Yeah.
away, but you will still
That's
be able to. If you
thank
really
you so
want to
much,
go,
ma'am.
I will
Actually,
give
that
them.
I was needing. So I thought of contacting you, but then I thought, how will I contact you? But this got like we are in the forum, so we were talking about the.
No, you can always contact. Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
send you. If I don't, please remind me once.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
the group of the thing, I will say, if you ask me again.
Sure. Yeah.
There is all probabilities you will get.
Yeah, that's enough, ma'am. Just for sleeping, some facility, that's enough. That
Yeah.
experience
So,
itself matters. Yeah.
yes, Anu.
What was the
Why 3
personal
days, ma'am?
spiritual experience, Aarti?
1 second.
Sorry.
One, Anu.
Why 3 days, ma'am? Why did you go for 3 days in Pragyaraj?
Prayagraj. I don't know. It was just 3 days is a good. 3 dips is a good dip. When you take a dip also, you take 3 dips, and actually you have to be there the whole kumbh and take dip every day. It is like completely you will be elevated. You just go, take a dip, come back, meditate. Go, take a dip. That's how. But here, at least minimum 3 days if we do, it is nice.
So what did you do rest of the days? Rest
We
of the
walked
day?
around. See, one is in the morning, I did my sadhana. Every day morning, go take a dip, come back and do my sadhana. Whatever I do at home regularly, I did my sadhana. And then they also have some chanting sessions, bhajan sessions in this thing. And then we walked out, walk, go meet the Naga Babas. Do you see the different akhadas? And we went to the temple. There was a Hanuman temple there. So explore the Kumbh, get the experience of the place. We could have just stayed in our ashram. That's another possibility. You can also just stay in the ashram and go through that. But we wanted to experience the whole Kumbh Mela.
What was the
Okay.
spiritual experience, Aarti ji?
How did you travel, ma'am?
We went from here to Kashi by flight. From there, we took a car.
Okay.
Prayagraj.
Okay.
Same way,
Okay.
we came back to Kashi by car and flew back.
If I want to go alone, is there a like
You must be a part of a group. Alone will be very daunting.
okay, what kind of groups are there?
I think who has booked now? Somebody said no, 100 people. Bhargavi ji, please contact
Yeah.
Bhargavi.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, I'll speak to Bhargavi.
I didn't go as a part. We were 5 family members, so we had booked a month early, right?
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, or I'll give you Parmat Niketan's number, but I doubt you will get it. I'll doubt you will get it. My spiritual experience, like I said, it's just we don't know. Meditation happened beautifully. It was wonderful to listen to the gurus. That Adi Narayan ji, I have requested him, if when time permits, he said he will come and talk to the group also. This group, he is very good, and the way he's very energetic. I'm
It's
hoping.
Akhada number 21, you said.
Akhada 7, Sector 7.
What is that?
Naga Baba or is he a Naga Baba?
No. He's that Anadi I was telling you.
Okay.
Anadi Foundation. Okay, got
Anadi
it.
Foundation.
So Sector 7 and
Naga
21.
Babas won't come online and all that. Yeah. Okay. No. See, it is a spiritual place. When you do it is very, very experience-wise, if you say anything, it was just divine. If you lived in we felt transported to a different era.
Okay.
Kind of feeling over there. Okay.
Yeah.
It is just beautiful. If it would just be beautiful to live a life like that. It makes you want that more and more.
Yes.
Is all I can say.
Thank you very much for sharing, Aarti ji.
Yes.
We felt we went there, we experienced that kind of feeling we had. So thank you for that.
Sure. Hope.
Bhargavi, can I connect with you later?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, please.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, great.
As
Thank
a
you.
part of that group, if you go, it will
Bhargavi
be
ji, I
better.
might also connect.
Yeah, but you may not get in this group. My sister is also trying. I will connect you to my sister.
Okay. So shall we start
you,
the
ma'am.
chanting? We have no problem.
Madam, you are
Everybody is
muted.
also-
Varalakshmi, madam, you are muted. You are speaking, you are muted.
Ma'am, can we go when we are going? No, can we personally meet Adi Narayan sir there?
Yes.
If we go. Yes, no?
Yes. You will definitely be able to meet him. He's in Sector 7.
I have written.
Sector 7.
Actually,
You have booked, is it, Varalakshmi ji?
Yes, ma'am. We booked a flight for Lucknow. From there, one group already is there to guide us. So through that, we are going.
Very nice. You will
Yes.
definitely be able to meet, you should be able to meet Adi Narayan ji. I will give you, I will also give the number of somebody from that. You please contact me.
Okay.
So you can call them and talk to them.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, who will do the chanting? Any volunteer? No volunteers today. Okay.
I will do it. Shall I do it or Ramchandran here?
Yes. Please go ahead, Ramchandran.
Okay. तपोभि क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते बोधो न साधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्म न विद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या विद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्गवत् परिच्छिन्न इवाज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापायेंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यासाद्विनिर्मलं कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसार स्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः स्वयं स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसद्भवेत् तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति शुक्तिकारजतं यथा यावन् ज्ञायते ब्रह्म सर्वाधिष्ठानमद्वयम् उपाधाने खिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थिति लया यान्ति बुद्बुदानीव वारिणी सच्चिदात्मन्य
I will chant this. We have not done this so far.
Okay.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. Where are we? I didn't attend last
Verse
session.
9 now we are.
9 now. Verse
9. If you have the book, it's page 27 in mine. I hope that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Satchidatmanyanustyute Satchidatmani anusyute Nitye Vaishno prakalpitaha Vyaktayo vividhaha sarva hatake katakadivat Satchidatmani anusyute Nitye Vishno prakalpitaha Vyaktayo vividhaha sarva hatake katakadivat. Yes, Ramachandranji, would you like to read
Yeah.
word to word, please?
Yes. Satchidatmani, in the self whose nature is existence, consciousness. Anusyute, in the all-pervading. Nitye, in the eternal. Vishnu, upon Vishnu. Prakalpitaha, projected by imagination. Vyaktayah, manifested. Vividaha, manifold. Sarvaha, all. Hatake out of gold, Kataka divat, just as bracelets and other ornaments. The entire world of things and beings is only a mental projection upon the substratum, which is the eternal, all pervading Vishnu, whose nature is existence consciousness, just as all the different ornaments are made out of same gold. An ordinary gross mind can never lift itself to grasp easily the subtle truths of the highest Vedanta. Very frequently, innumerable examples are to be repeated to push the subtle philosophical ideas into the comprehension of an ordinary intellect. When they are quite apt, the students become pleasantly aghast at the revelations and the truth becomes more and more clear to them. In any creation, there must be, as we have already noted, three fundamental and separate causes. A, the material cause or the raw material. B, the instrumental cause, the equipment with which the object is created. And C, the efficient cause, the intelligence that creates or works at the material with the instruments. In all creations, the three causes exist separately, and the material cause transforms itself into the created new thing. But in the case of the creation of the world, the objects created are not different from the creator. The material cause, the one supreme Paramatman himself, manifests as different objects, for in the infinitude of his existence there cannot be a second infinite. The waves in the ocean cannot claim a separate existence apart from the waters of the ocean. Likewise, this outer world and our own world of experiences in the physical, mental, and intellectual spheres rise from, exist in, and merge back into that one supreme awareness which glows in everybody, and like the bubbles that form and burst upon the surface of the water, different experiences in different hearts rise and fall before that one consciousness. Here, Vishnu is not to be understood as the four armed divine deity of the Trinity, as the Puranas often describe. No doubt, when a gold ring goes out of shape, or even when the ring is melted, nothing happens to gold. So, too, even when the entire universe tumbles down, nothing happens to the eternal reality, since it is ever changeless and immutable.
Very beautifully written. So here it says this whole world. And what is the Jagat? We have already seen. Jagat is my experience of the world. It is not like there is a world. The beauty about Vedanta itself is everything is in relation, the Jagat, Jiva, and Bhagwan. Brahman, Jiva, Jagat. All these are in tandem. You don't look at each one as a separate entity. I experience this Jagat, and hence this Jagat is a projection from me. So now this projection, it is saying it is not separate from the Lord. Now, if a potter makes a pot, there are three. There is a potter wheel. He needs the mud to make the clay, and then the potter is there. So there are three different entities here. And then finally a pot is made. But the creation of the world is not like that. The creation or the world, the potter's wheel, the mud, and the potter are all that supreme being only. And the final pot is also the supreme being. What I'm saying is the material cause, the efficient cause, and the instrumental cause, all of these are the supreme only. How do we understand this?
The examples of the waves is beautiful, no, ma'am, with the
Yes.
ocean. Yeah.
Gold ornaments also, when we melt, it becomes gold again. So that example. Yeah.
Yeah, it is just another form of the gold. The gold is not lost in it. And when they see, when you take that gold to an ornament to a person, he will not look at the design. He will say, he will first rub it against how pure is the gold. What he sees is the gold directly. Isn't it? To him, that is what that matters. Is it good gold? What kind of gold is it? So, but we are the ones who are caught with the body. What is this body? How is it? What is happening? We think the outer form. But in reality, everything is only the form. It is like the gold has become the instrument. This form is also an extent. We have already been seeing this because of the impurities. It is the Brahman himself who has taken this form based on the kind of vasanas, the trigunas and all that come together. So our thoughts, our feelings are all manifestation of the divine only. So now what is happening is we are divinizing. So far we saw that the body, mind is not us. Now, but the body, the mind is also Brahman only. So now even the thoughts and feelings are divinized. The manifestation is nothing but Prakriti. The Purusha is the self. The self is unchanging. The ocean is always there and the wave that arises is the Prakriti. The feeling, the thoughts and all that is a manifestation of the divine. Now, if I go back, why did I think like that? Why did I do this? No, it was a manifestation of divine. It happened for a certain reason. Accept. Like the Aghoris, they accept everything that is. The whole philosophy is about acceptance. Our philosophy itself is about, they are going with all that is dvesha, they are accepting. Here, this way is to accept everything as the divine, as a manifestation of the divine. The feelings are there for a reason. So when I keep divinizing everything, and not to try to understand the divine, let's not again get caught with that. I am angry. Oh, it's horrible. I am so angry all the time. Why? No need. Don't feed into that. Or we don't have to say anger is justified. I should be angry. Otherwise, what will I? No need. Anger came, anger will go. Matra spashestu kaunteya, sitoshna sukha dukkadaha, agamapayino nitya, tam titikshasva bharata. It will come, it will go. When it is so beautiful, when you see some disturbance happens within us, just to practice titiksha. Okay, it is there in your awareness. Just know that it is there. It has come. It will also go eventually. And without getting caught with it, observe it. First day, there will be strong doership thoughts. Titiksha, leave it. Next day, those thoughts will not come again. It will be different types of thoughts if you have not indulged in it. Yeah, but maybe I also should not have that kind. And then oh, why did I do it? What will others think? Make up. And then you just practice titiksha. And it will go. Then slowly, slowly, you will be able to rise out of it and be able to look at it as a situation rather than being submerged in it. You look at it as a situation where you were a player, others were player, there was a situation. What was the thing? Oh, this was the situation. In this situation, how should it be handled? Should it even be handled? Should it be left? Should something be done? Should something not be done? And this is something for me to learn. It has arisen as part of, it is a manifestation of the divine. And where will it go back? It will again go back into the divine. So just to look at a situation, many times you don't even have to act. It will just subside. Only thing is titiksha. And divinize. That is why they say Shakti. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasya Namastasya. Devi is Shakti. All manifestations are Shakti. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita. Vritti is all these mental activities. All these mental activities are a form of Devi. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shamarupena Samstita. Namastasya, 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 namo namaha. All of the activities that happen are a manifestation of the divine. They rise from him, they go back into him. So if we divinize everything, then there's no doership. I am not the doer. There is this shloka, right? I think I have mentioned it. Ishavasyam nidas sarvam yatkinche jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena gunjitah ma gridaha kasyasvid dhanam. So everything is Brahman. Now don't try to usurp it and say, this is mine, my feeling. Only when it is my feeling, I'll have, why is this like this? Why is this happening? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I all that? Or this is my, oh, this is my idea, so I should do it. Don't take other people's. Even the child is not ours. Just come through us. My husband is not mine. We are just co-travelers in this life. My feelings are not mine. They are all his, have come up for a reason. So in that way you divinize. So Vishnu Rupena is, Vishnu here is not that Shankha Chakravala. Vishnu means the all pervading. It says Anusyute, in every anu, the one who pervades in every atom. Anusyute. What are all the things that you can see that take different forms? How can we know? How is it that it is a feeling is also divine only? How is everything divine? Any examples you can give from the world?
We make no effort for any feelings, any thoughts. It automatically comes if we observe. Sometimes I wonder myself, how did that thought came? How did this feeling came? It was not planned. It was not thought. So then it's a surprise that it is not from me. There is no my role in that, in the thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
And even sometimes in actions.
Yeah. If you see the different forms of water, isn't it? Just a little change. What is the change? Some temperature, some this thing, it takes so many different forms. I have space around me. The space is not empty. Space is filled with ether. The space is ether. And this is something that beautifully that Adinarayanji Sriman, he said. We think ether is like when you drop a ball. See, ether is like, we feel it is very loosely placed, like air. But it is very relative. If you throw a ball from 1 feet above water, it will feel soft. But you go like 1,000 miles above air and then you throw the ball, the water will feel like a hard solid. It will almost feel solid. Its density will be a lot more. It is relative. In that sense, like that, this, when you go deep inside, this space becomes that much more denser. Prajnana Ghanam. So that ether, when I put the sofa, what happens to that ether? To that space?
That space is occupied,
Placed.
displaced.
Like air, we think the space is displaced. Can space become displaced?
No, actually not possible.
Air has particles and
there.
it gives way.
Solid, liquid, and gas can only be displaced, but space.
The space takes the form. That same space now has the form of this sofa.
Mm.
Space is not displaced. It has just, that space has taken the form of this sofa. That space has taken the form of this laptop. If you remove it, the space is there. If you keep it, the space is there. If when the sofa is there, the space is there. It's just that that space is sofa now. That space has become sofa now. Like that, the feeling, the thought, the body is all a manifestation of the divine. It just becomes. It is as simple. I become a mother, I become a student, I become a teacher. It is all a becoming. But at the being level, there is no change. So feelings and thoughts are also like that. I think it's an extension of the verse 8. Anything else anybody wants to add? Otherwise, we can move on to verse 10, in my opinion. Because the earlier one and this one are kind of, this one is an extension of the earlier.
Ma'am, the last para here, Vishnu is not to be understood as a four-armed divine deity.
So
But
don't
as
imagine, it says, the shloka says, the entire world of things and beings is only a mental projection upon the substratum, which is the eternal, all-pervading Vishnu, whose nature is existence consciousness. So don't think, generally when we say Vishnu, we will imagine that Shankha Chakra Gadadhari. Right? So it says, don't say that, it's the Brahman. The Vishnu here is the Brahman. The eternal, this thing. So the substratum is in experience. Now, if I look at this, where am I seeing it? In my awareness. In the screen of my awareness. Where am I seeing my hand? In the screen of my awareness. Where am I seeing my leg? In the screen of my awareness. So is there, when my eyes are seeing, there is a distance between my eyes and my legs. But in the space on the screen of my awareness, it is all in the now and here. We say here, here. There is no distance between my hand and leg in the on the screen of the awareness. That even this distance between hand and leg is a perceived distance because of my instruments, the eyes. Too vague? You want to explain that, Vindhya? Or something else, whatever.
The verse, in the verse, we get the word Vishnu. So immediately when we start, the word falls on our ears, Vishnu, our perception or projection is that image. But the image is again our projection of what we see or when we hear that word. But what is the essence of that image? That is what is actually driving. To come to the crux of this verse or the explanation, it is just the way that even in Taittiriya Upanishad, between Bhrigu and Varuna, the samvada that happens, the beauty of that conversation is, one thing is, whenever in these kind of studies, when a Vedanta or the spiritual study happens, nothing is served completely on the platter and given to us by anybody. So the teacher or whoever is taking the lead to do, he only gives the pointer. So to go and contemplate or to find our truth. How we see the truth, again, is based on how we as a bubble are rising in that water. Now, when we see that, see in Bhrigu Varuna Samvada, the pointer was very simple. When actually Bhrigu asked his father and teacher Varuna to explain what is Brahman, he said only one pointer, one small sentence, that anything that from which a thing is made up of, sustains by it and merges into it is Brahman. So he didn't explain A is equals to B, again, B plus C is equals to D, nothing. He just gave that this is this. So if something is made up of that thing and is sustained by that thing and merges into that thing, that is what becomes Brahman. So when he starts contemplating, that is how he arrives at the Panchakosha Viveka, saying that Anna is Brahman, because he sees that we are all born with the body. We sustain because we get Anna to eat, then sustain. And once we actually perish, I mean, when I say perish, the physical body goes off, it again merges back into the Panchamahabhutas only. The thing is, so first he starts with Prithvi, that is like, earth element. That is how Anna is Brahman. Then he says that if the body is going, what is that making the body move? How am I making these gestures, hand movements? So there is some vital force that is guiding me, my body, that physical frame to move. That means that is superior to body because it is trying to control this. That is why prana is Brahman. So prana is that which is made up of. Once the prana goes off, that is what sustains it. And once it is taken off, it actually is, merges into the Brahman. That is why prana is Brahman. That is how he comes to different level. Then again he comes to manas, vijnana. Then he realizes that, and at every point he goes for validation from his teacher. Is it like Anna is Brahman? Is it prana is Brahman? But when he sees that Ananda is Brahman, he doesn't go back for validation because he knows that that is it. So that final state, what is there, that he knows that that is the state of what we are discussing, this word Vishnu. The way that we see, like he saw Anna, Prana, Manas, Vijnana, everything as Vishnu only. Everything has Brahman only. The thing is, when he was seeing all these things, he was at a state of lower truth. From one lower truth to he was moving to higher truth. But that doesn't mean we are negating the lower truth. It becomes a stepping stone for us to go to the next states of higher reality. So two beautiful things here is, one, in our system of education, never teacher explains in detail what is happening. It is only the pointers that we get. That is why this has sustained so many years. this wisdom has been like, because it is based on the contemplation and experience of each individual, that we say Pindanda, the individual Brahman actually experiencing the cosmic Brahman. The oneness that is feeling, it is coming up with that. Only the contemplation, the pointers that stay. Another thing is, whatever is the experience that we experience in different states, like I was saying, as a bubble, the way I see my perception, that is never negated. It becomes my experience. That is why whenever we say samskaras are to be negated or samskaras have to be diluted, left, it should never be negated. It should be recognized and moved, not to own it, because that is where the evolution or our projection, or like even going to say, I do not own these samskaras, I am pure, to come to that state. Also, these samskaras are important. See, I'll tell you, how is that Shankaracharya was like, at 8 years old only, like able to, chant Nirvana Shatakam or come from there, and 32 years complete, like, condensed evolution. Same with Swami Vivekananda, only 32 years or 36 years, and then, condensed evolution. How it happens? Because their samskaras were so strong. The earlier janmas had led to their evolution that formed the foundation. The foundation of what? That samskaras are not me. If that is not there, then we are only in the loop of that, I come, I enjoy, I go back. Into what? Without any realization. This is what in the last stanza that we are saying, that let that projection, what we are seeing, not become the reality, but instead that essence, what is there, we are that, let that reality stay. The samskaras might come, they get diluted and go away. But the thing is, I stay true to that essence. Now, in day-to-day life, see, all this study, this becomes very enticing, because after 1 hour of our discussion this week, we have to implement it in our daily life. I can't go back to, like, living the regular, doing the chores with same, like, okay, I need to cook and do this one for girls. And again, for Thursday evening, I come and sit for Atma Bodha session with complete, like, this will take away, like in a trance. And then I'm away from all that thing. And then after 1 hour, I just again move, come back to that. No, it is that what I take from this has to become my implementation over. And how do I implement is, now as my true self, or the Brahman or the Vishnu, what we are discussing now, I am there, I am this true essence. Now when I get into the world, based on my samskaras, the thing might raise up, the desires might come up, just like the small bubble of the bubble. Again, when you blow, there might be some bubbles that come within a bubble again. So that comes up. When that comes up, you might go, like simple, I might want to eat something now, or I want to wear that colored thing only, or paint some beautiful picture. It is coming out of some desire. Now I go, I do that thing, and I come back. Throughout this activity, I know that I am the essence, I am the true essence, and in that essence, this bubble is raising. I go complete the activity and come back. Knowing that this desire to eat something, the desire to paint something is not from that reality of water, but it is just a bubble that has come up, and it will break, and I come back. Now it becomes, sometimes becomes a loop. I would want to taste it again and again and again. But here what happens is nothing wrong. Like, you have a desire for taking it 100 times, but you cut it down by 10 times with reality check. Like, I am the bubble. I am going, this desire is coming up as a bubble. Now it will break after some time. Now do I really want to eat? No, sometimes you will say, no, it's not strong. But sometimes, no, knowing that this is a bubble, there is nothing wrong. If I hold it back, this will create hundreds of bubbles again. Let me go and break this bubble and come. I eat and come back. But knowing that I am the true essence, in this only, this bubble, this desire is coming up, and this. And I'm not owning it. I'm not keeping it as a treasure or that holding back on saying that this is that thing, in this restaurant I had this is an awesome thing. Okay, let's let go of those things because those experiences are like small bubbles. The experience that is giving us is that small glimpse of very tiny, minute glimpse of joy that the original joy or Ananda is made up of. So this essence is actually Vishnu. And why that four-handed or like head with a crown and all, again, it is a projection. We do not know it is there or no. It has been projected since years or maybe since ages. That is how we connect to. And that also is again a modification of mind. Like Aarti was saying, the vritti that is going. Vritti need not be negated, but only recognize that this can go and come back. But the essence is more stronger. That we are only giving the gold, the rupa of a chain, necklace, or a ring, but it is not actually that ring or the necklace that is important, but the gold, the essence that is important. Now, that is what we are made up of, that is what sustains us, and that is what we merge into. Like the water, we are made up of it, the bubble arises, and the bubble breaks into the water. So this is what is important. And every other thing, every other vritti, every other modification, desire or activity is again a lower truth. The highest truth is that we are that Brahman, we are that essence. So let the lower truths come up. Let it become a part of our evolution for the higher truth, but not that itself becomes the higher truth or it is like something negated. Because once you start negating, the more of other things, negative qualities start taking the loop of it instead of taking it as a lower truth and moving to higher truth. That is how the positive projection of the Brahman that we are discussing should be.
Very nice, Vindhya. So 2 points that are coming up with this discussion is one is freedom of choice. So the substratum is always unmoved. It arises, whatever desire, whatever comes up. But the substratum is separate from the desire. The desire has come from the substratum and will subside into the substratum, but the substratum or the self, the true self, the supreme, the self within is always untouched by the desire. So now, as the supreme self, you have a choice, the freedom, complete freedom, either to go with the desire or to not go with the desire. Right? So when you're divinizing, you're saying, oh, this desire is also coming from this. But as the supreme, there is a choice of whether to go in with the desire or to not go with the desire. If I don't want to go with the desire and it seems compelling, you can just say, oh, but this doesn't seem right. It has anyway arisen, it will subside. It is like a bubble only. It has come up, it will go down in time. Let me just wait. Okay. So this way, what we are practicing is our freedom of choice when we are always able to know, be in touch with the true self. When we go and we think I am the desire, now the desire become if I go with the desire, but the desire is right, this is only correct, that and I become the desire, where I am not aware of my true self. That is, there is no awareness. The desire, like a child, the desire that comes up, the child will just go and eat the ice cream. When that happens, then there is no awareness, then there is no. But when, as the self, even the desire is arising only in this substratum of the consciousness, I have the power of choice. Here. So this is the first thing. The feeling is arising. The feeling is, where is it arising? It is arising in the supreme self. It will go. I have the power of choice to act on it or not to act on it. To observe. And then take a call. And then the second thing was, what did I say? One was the freedom of choice, and the other is
you were wanting to share. One was this.
Correct, correct. The other one I'm forgetting right now.
I should not be the desire. I shouldn't identify myself with that desire.
Yeah, so there, the freedom of choice was the first one.
Yeah.
As the divine, the freedom of choice is the first one. And a simple way to practice this at all point of time, which came to my mind as Vindhya was talking, is to Ramana Bhagwan always tells one simple thing. Whenever a feeling comes up, ask yourself, in whom is this feeling coming? Whenever a desire is coming. So, even when, so now I've gone to Kumbh Mela. The happiness in the Kumbh Mela was because I was in touch with the bliss within. The happiness is not in the Kumbh Mela. The happiness that I experience is within. That Ananda is there within. Me being in that Kumbh Mela brought that connection with that Ananda. But the Ananda is not in the object outside. The Ananda is always within. And the source is that Sat-Chit Ananda within. This is to be remembered at all point in time. This will help us not get caught with objects outside. The Ananda or whatever feeling, who is, so anytime I am experiencing anything, who is the experiencer? Ramana Bhagavan, just simple statement. Who is this desire coming in? The I. Which I? That is that supreme I. It has arisen, it has come. So then once we get in touch with that I, then we will be able to exercise the freedom of choice in the awareness. Otherwise, is this all too? Just ask, in whom is this feeling coming? I'm feeling extremely pulled. In whom is this feeling coming? Turn around and look at that higher self within.
Ma'am, I will just ask one thing. This Bala ma'am also says this in her classes, you should question in whom it is arising. What if when you're questioning and the answer is just, it is that individual self-ego with which I am identifying?
But you are not that ego, no? Now,
Ah,
all these
that-
classes, now you know.
Yeah, I am not that ego. I have to dissociate from that ego.
So that I am angry, I am sad. Drop the sad. Say the sad is a bubble. It will come and go. I is that eternal reality. Stay with that I. That anger will not go away. It will not go away when I do this. Okay. But it will give me a pause from reacting that moment. That is all it will do. It will give me a pause, but that BP will still be high, the heart will still be beating, there'll be that churning happening inside. That is tantric. Now you have to practice titiksha. That pause was given by asking I, now you have to practice titiksha. With the knowledge that this will go down. It has to go down. If I don't hold on to it, it will go down faster.
See, Divya, understand it like this. Before this, we were just trying to discuss, right? Don't take it like I have to, or this is Brahman, so I'm a bubble, because we are discussing in this session. You are understanding? These are coming to you as pointers now. Whatever the discussions are going on, whether in this session or Bala's session, whatever is happening, it is coming to you as information. Trying to open the doors, or you can say trying to put the puzzles together, all the pieces. Now you put it together. The thing is, start implementing, start contemplating. So the thing is that we all think I have to, because verse 8 of Atma Bodha says I have to follow this, or this is what is written there. So it becomes, instead of that, think that is this verse in any way in my day-to-day circumstances being implemented, or can I implement this? How is that? Like, as simple as certain things. When the anger is coming to you or you're feeling that, then analyze that anger, that situation. Why is that? What is happening? Do I have a freedom and choice? Is it coming within me? That me, what is that made up of? Why is it happening? Suppose I'll give you an example. You, with all your energy, wanted to cook something very nice to your girl. See, I give examples like this because I can connect to these situations, being a mother of, teenagers or anything. So you can take any other example. So I would like prepare everything from morning. They are going to come back, and then I say, okay, let me cook and keep it. Okay. So now I bake. Okay, then I do it with all these things. Somehow something would have gone wrong, or it would have been to the best of my ability. I baked it. But it's totally with everything efforts I do it. But in spite of it being a best one, or it might not be the best one, it is not liked by my kids. Okay, they eat it and say it's not your best one. You have done better work than this or anything. Or it might be like appreciated very well. No, okay, Amma, this is one of the best thing that you have made so far. These are outcomes, like what we study in mathematics also, probability, okay, statistics, what we get. It might be like, you would put a coin over heads or tails, it can come. But now this will give rise to these two outcomes. These two outcomes will have impact on me in what way? Now, wisdom is that whatever that you are attending these sessions and all, it says that if this thing outcome is falling on the true essence, the Brahman, the true state we are unmoved. Wisdom says, okay, it is that verse says, and then the book says everything. Okay. Now, but what when I start considering my ego, ahankara, I do get upset when they say that. I do get like, happy when they say that. Now we need to see that the coin that we have spinned up, where is it falling? Don't say that wisdom says this. No, I'm feeling bad. The girl said that my cake was not the best today. I'm feeling sad. But you know what? Atma Bodha verse 8 says that I should not be feeling like this. So now I should not be. What is happening? Internally, there is a conflict now.
Yeah.
So what it says, Brahman says this, I am saying this. Who is Brahman? Who is I now? Okay. Now this is a
Ma'am, you have nailed
self-contemplation.
my predicament. Correct.
Okay. Now this becomes my contemplation. Now, is it that I stronger, Brahman is stronger? What is happening? Finally, where we come, I'm just sharing my thing. When I used to do these kind of exercises, I'll say, leave everything. I am Brahman. Let me have a cup of coffee. That is what now the bubble is rising in me. Okay. They didn't like it. It's okay. Next time I bake, they will like it. Otherwise, I put all my effort. I knew that this is how it is going to be. That's okay. The thing was done. Or they liked it. Okay. Otherwise, it can also lead to pressure that, oh, this came out well. Now they will expect even more better from me. That happens to kids also, no? They reach 90. Okay, next time you get 94. 94, next time you get 96. Okay, I am now relieved. That's okay. My job was to do to my capacity. I did the cake. Now, okay, let me have this relief. So all this contemplation, when it falls back and you say that relief is the joy, and now this doesn't want to own anything, whether it is the upset or the joy, that is Brahman. So instead of going to that jnana marga, and then realizing all this, what we do, first only surrender, whatever I'll do, whatever it comes, I will accept it. That is bhakti. Okay, so
Bhakti,
this
bhakti is
smaller,
easier.
we think
That's why
so, but
they say
surrendering
bhakti is
first
the
it comes.
easiest marga.
Hmm.
Jnana
But
is
Yes, jnana is toughest, but bhakti, first surrender comes. Even in the toughest, first we beat our hands and legs to take the situation in our control. That also comes up. Then very few. So these wisdom, whatever the verse is, that it is like, it is trying to dust, like, the veil that is covering us, it will just move the dust. Now, but the thing is, we have to clear it. We are seeing the bleak light. Now I want to see the complete light. So I used this as wisdom to connect the pieces of puzzles. Now, if I say that, no, this has to be given, like I give you, like, one piece of this puzzle here, it will come here only, here only, here. What is that I learned? I know even if you wake me up in the sleep, I will come and put the puzzle together. That means, like I'm saying that if my girls don't appreciate the cake also, I have to be happy like this only. If they appreciate also, I should be not overjoyed happy. That is, I'm just compelling it like a robot to do it. But when contemplation clicks in, I analyze this. Yes, I felt hurt. I got upset, but that is short lived, because next time I do this, this might go off. And where is this falling? The true nature is not disturbed, because I feel relieved when I'm away from all this entanglement of like being upset or being overjoyed or this thing and all. It is just one mere activity that is going out because I'm born as so and so. This is my roles that I'm playing. These are the roles that I'm playing in this. And I go out and do these things and come back. How many more burden can I take all these things? This should become our analysis, our contemplation. Like Brigu was doing his contemplation, they should. So don't go by that verse. I have to do this. So, or I should be. No, that is not the thing. I have to come to that level where automatically when somebody want to wish you, they put their right hand forward. And then, if you're a righty, automatically your reflex is you put your right hand forward and shake hands. Or when you say somebody, you just do namaste. How is that comes automatically? The way is that the response should also come to the situation based on all this wisdom automatically. That is Brahman actually acting. So I shouldn't say Brahman acting, but it is that we are in that state.
So in short,
Thank you, ma'am.
everything is divinized. Accept it happened. But know that your true nature is happiness. So let me just be happy, Baba. I don't want to worry about this too much. Whatever you need to do, just come out of it. Okay. It is not, the shoulds can be, it can become another battle. If I get caught in that shoulds, I should not be, but why can't I take control? Why am I not like this? Why am I, all that.
Actually, when you're in that should mode, na ma'am, you're not accepting a lot of things.
Yeah, you accept. And the idea is to accept that the child can also say they don't like. Accept that my feeling is also, it will come when something says, but my true nature is happiness. So let me come back to that somehow. It is okay. Whatever comes to this, in simple terms. Very nice. We'll close the session. It's gone over. We'll continue next week. Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bad Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Hari Om.
You, Aarti
Ram
ji.
Ram Ram. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.